I don't know what you're referring to.
You don't know about China's re-education camps for 1 million Uyghur people. That is, it has referred to as re-education camps as part of its counter-terror threat in the west of this country. You don't know about that?
I'm not aware of that.
This is members of the public. Anyone can turn up, pay their money and get the vaccine. They came running out over the barriers, a large amount of tear gas fired down in their direction. And this is them escaping, basically. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning and the hospital actually isn't officially open yet, but nonetheless, people are turning up, taxis pulling up. We've actually seen a few families break out into a bit of a jog down this road to get down there, get their number and get in line and queue up for the vaccine. It hasn't been fully tested. It hasn't been approved yet, but they came running to get a place in the queue for the vaccine. What's happening here in China is it's being rolled out to the public. You turn up, pay your money, you get your number, and then over there you get in the queue.
Let's talk to our China correspondent, Robin Brant, who's in Zhejiang province. Robin, lovely to see you. What more can you tell us about this vaccine? It's obviously around the world what people are hoping for.
Oh yes, Naga, what a contrast if you're watching this and waking up in Lancashire, Liverpool or somewhere in Northern Ireland this morning, because you're facing further restrictions, whereas here in China it's a bit like being a time traveller. At this hospital, and this is how it is unique, for the first time they are handing out a vaccine to anyone who lives here, who turns up, who pays the fee. They can go inside and get that jab. And are you proud to be associated with what China is doing in that part of the world?
No, but we are proud to
You're not
create...
proud to be associated with it?
We are absolutely proud to also create workplaces in that region, which we think is very useful.
But Xinjiang is something you're not proud to be associated with in terms of what the Chinese government is doing to Uyghur people in that part of the country?
I can't judge that, sorry.
You can't judge it?
No.
But you know about it?
I don't know what you're referring to.
You don't know about China's re-education camps for 1 million Uyghur people. That is, it has referred to as re-education camps as part of its counter-terror threat in the west of this country. You don't know about that?
I'm not aware of that. I'm not aware of that.
Wow. Finding out that Volkswagen is overlooking a massive human rights crisis is kind of a lot like...
The violent protests in Hong Kong intensify. Hundreds of anti-government protesters are trapped inside a university in a standoff with police.
They came running out over the barriers, a large amount of tear gas fired down in their direction. And this is them escaping, basically. You can hear what the police are doing in response. Sophie, this is the remnants of the protesters left on the streets here in Kowloon tonight. There were far bigger in number in what was a significant show of support for the protesters who remain inside the university. One of those friends inside is Anthony's brother, who we spoke to on the phone. You are coming out tonight?
Yes.
You know you're going to be arrested, the police say.
I want to be arrested by the police.
Jason told us food and water supplies were dwindling, but they still have petrol bombs. Well, this is my journey to work this morning, and it's been like this every day. This metro network is pretty much empty. Now, this is a metro station, People's Square, one of the busiest intersections, but as you can see, all the shops are shut, no one here. It's not a ghost town here. There are a handful of people around, a few cars, a few shops are open. You know, you can get food.
Robin Brant is in Wuhan for us now. And why have there been so many delays?
Sophie, the Chinese authorities have resisted because they just don't think this is necessary. China doesn't want to look back and focus on mistakes made. It wants to look forward as what it sees as success in containing this virus. It sees the potential as well for more of a blame game led by a group of foreigners. And anyway, the Chinese government has its official verdict on what happened. That paper was published in the middle of last year, and the verdict there was success. So this is the Wuhan market where we saw those, or some of those first cases a year ago. We'll try and go in.
First to China and back to the root of the COVID pandemic tree.
Now, if you want to feel utterly tiny and inconsequential like I did, then stand by the gates of a mothballed market from which a new virus spread across a district, then a city, then a country, then most of the world. First, a history lesson. Well, the Chinese Super League was formed in 2004 when the game went pro here. There are now 16 teams. Guangzhou Evergrande, they're down in the south, they dominate. Here's the car, here's some of the tech. Let's talk to the driver. Not you. Right, the driver is in here. All the tech is in the back.
Now, while we are being driven along by the driver who's not the driver, we can see on a device here, and so can he, a rendering of the environment outside.
Li has lived and farmed here on the old frontier in China's north for all of her 54 years. Life changed a few months ago when Li's house got gas. She's one of millions that China is moving to what it hopes is a greener life.
How much did it cost?
Her mum's in the Communist Party, but she's been doing some soul searching.
确实，中国是首当其次是要有歉疚的，但是中国也有帮助世界各地的国家。
Feeling sorry, mistakes made. It's very unusual to hear that language from someone here with party connections.
It wasn't long ago that people were queuing for COVID-19 tests, but now it's the vaccine.